Hey folks, Sam here, and today I'd like to show you how the JetSki asset pack works and how you can fine-tune it. So I start a new project by open the engine up and create a blank project. So I press on games and set it to blank and call it JetSki tutorial and press on create. The first thing I will do is set the plugin, the water plugin, to true. So I go to edit, go to plugins, find the water plugin and set the water plugin, it's experimental, set it to true and then press yes, I want this to enable, and also restart the engine. This is really important. Restart the engine. Okay, the second thing I do is I open my library. I find my JetSki pack. So there is, okay, you can ignore this. This is fine. What I do is I find my JetSki and add this to the project JetSki tutorial. So I add this to my project, and then there is a JetSki and there is some maps, and I open the showcase map. Also, if you like to work with this project and you like to open it every time the showcase map up, so you can go to the project settings and go to maps and modes and set this to JetSki showcase. Or you can press on this and there is this arrow and you can press this and you have the showcase map. So every time I open the project up, it will open the showcase map. So fine. Okay, now my project is set up, so we can start to explain how the JetSki works. So the first thing is I used the fluid. It's still experimental. You see it on when you activate the plugin, you see that the fluid and the water plugin is still experimental, but I already set it up. So there is this sphere behind the JetSki, and this is for the fluid simulation. And if you fine tune this, it will work. So, but I used the Niagara system to show these trails like this one. So, and while we're talking about the trails, we can also talk about how that works. So the Niagara system is like you have the option to change the color by switching to so when I press tab, it switched the color of my JetSki and also the color of the trails. So sometimes you don't like it. So you just have to, and this is the first thing we need. You can say VFX change color, set it to false, and when I set it to false and I play and I press tab, the color of my JetSki switched, but my trails stay the same. So why I use this Niagara system and not the fluid system from Unreal Engine? I already explained it. I set it up. It works. But it's still experimental, so it does not work well, and I decide so I need to have cool trails, and that's why I use the Niagara system. Maybe in the future, or when you see this in 1 year or something, the water system is not experimental, beta, it's in beta, or it's almost in version 1, so it's released, and maybe you don't need the Niagara system anymore. You can delete it and remove the stuff in the blueprint, and I will explain some of these to you. But it's really, you have to know that if you don't like to change the color with the changing of your JetSki, you can turn this value off or on, and then it changes with the color or not. And how it works is when you press tab, there is an input for tab, then it goes to change color. And what change color do is there is an array with colors inside, so you can also change these colors to your liking. or use just one. It's just to example and show how you can do such a things. You can also change these values, and then I have an index, and I increase it by number, and then I change the color to this color, and when and set the color of my jet ski. And there is one new other event, and when I go to this one, you see when the VFX change color, this is why it works. When you set it to true or to false, then it also changes the Niagara system. And the Niagara system is like just a water power. You see there is this is one Niagara system, and this is how it looks. And what I do is I have a user parameter and change this parameter by this color and set it to the color value, and then it changes. So if this is true, this is how the change color system works. So, and now we want to talk a bit about buoyancies. So how the jet ski works is the water system and the buoyancy works together. I have this component buoyancy, and it's a default component, comes with the engine called buoyancy, and there are some options, and they are important for you because some of you asked me some questions, and a lot of them is explained by the buoyancy. So what is a buoyancy? Buoyancy is a buoyancy for sure, and it has pontons, and there are 4 of them. So why there are 4 of them? Because there are 4 of them, and if you see where they're located, you see there is one on 180. So this is X, then there is Y, this is here in this direction, and there is Z, and this is in the up direction. So there is on 180 like here, and 70 to the right is here, and 40 to the top or to the bottom, like it's when you go up like here or here, there is a buoyancy. So I go 40 down or up. So then if this is 0, then it's go 40 like here. So there is a buoyancy at index 0. Then there is an index 2, and you see it's the same values, but just this change. So this is also 180. So the first thing is here, and the second one is subtracted by 70. So it's like the first is here, the second one is here, and the fourth is here, and the third and the first is here. So we have 4 buoyancies that hold these jet ski up, and there are some important values. So these buoyancies have an radius. Yeah, it's like a sphere, like this one, and it's on every position I set this, and it works together with on the skeleton mesh with the physic asset, and it works with this one, and this is having weight at the mass. And this is important to know when you hire this, like when I hire this to 500, then it will sink down. So it's the mass is too high. So I find the sweet spot 200 and then fine tweak it from here. I just explain it. You don't need to know that for using my asset pack, but I like to explain how the buoyancy and this system works together, just to let you know how it works. And there are also linear damping and so on at the physic asset as well. But we will ignore that. And I close these up, and I just open the water, the jet ski, and also the sphere. Don't care about it. It's hidden in game, and it don't take any performance for you. If you like to remove the fluid system from Unreal, you can remove this and then delete this stuff. Yeah, the fluid sim stuff. Okay, now let's talk about the buoyancy again. We have the buoyancy, and the first thing I do is, what if I higher this value? I do it like I push it up. It's like this is 0 and this is 40, and when I higher this to 100, like it must be like here, I set it to 100. You don't need to do that. I just show you what happened when I do this, because I like to see what when I explain something, I like you to see that. So I set these values to 100, and what I expect is that the buoyancy goes up here, so they are in the air. So the result will be that the jet ski sink into the water more. So when I press play and you see, okay, that works, and you see exactly what I expect. So the buoyancies are here right now, so the jet ski goes more down into the water. So this is really important to know. So there are questions how to upper or lower the jet ski, and this is the explanation for you guys. When I set it again to 40, it's my sweet spot, and it's not your sweet spot. Maybe you fine tune it and you like to the jet ski more to sink into the water or less. No, this is what I like. This is my sweet spot. And there are also options. You know, there are 4 buoyancies. So if you like, you can also just lower the front. If you like that this is lower a bit and this is more as a lower than that, then you can also just switch in the front. You see, the first 2 is in the front because the x-axis are 180 and here are minus 180, so these 2 are here. And you can also say, okay, this one I like to sink more into the water. I do like the 2 front of them. I will lower their values, and then you will see that when I press F8, the front is more into the water or less. Yeah, when I do 20, it's like I even do the opposite, because 20 is lower. Yeah, if I like to sink more down, I have to higher them to like 60. Yeah. Okay, just to want to let you know that this stuff can also be done. Okay, it's too much. It's like, I think 45 or 50 is a better value. Let's do this like that. And now we press F8 and we see it's more into the water, and it's okay. And I also can drive it now. It works like charm. Okay, perfect. So let's see again. The engine is on the water. This is cool, nice, perfect. And the front is also on the water. Nice. Okay, cool. So I press G to close these. Yeah, but it's okay. So nice. So this is explained. So there are more options. So the first thing is we have 2 important values for you. One is force power, and one is turn speed multiplier. So we will check the force power. The first thing is we have force power, and this is when you look at the code I've written, there is a get forward vector and multiply it by these force power, and then I add a force to the jet ski. So when I hire the force power, so, and let's first press play. I press W, 1, 2, 3, and as you see what the speed I have, it's okay. Okay, cool. But what if I have a really fast game? And my recommendation is don't go upper than 2000, but you can do whatever you want, just do it. But you have tweaked some and make some checks and so on. But I recommend don't go upper than 2000, because I set it to 2000 and you see, whoa, we have a really good acceleration now. But when I go higher than that, maybe you start to flying around. So this is why I set this. And there is another problem. You see, when I release the W key, you see it goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. And I already set it up for you to have a damping. So what can I do when I like to have more damping, so more drag? So what can I do? I close these buttons down, and there is a apply drag force in water value, and you see this is not default, and also the value 60 is not default. So the first thing is I set it to the default values. I have 20 and also disable it. The drag force is off. So now when I press W and release it, The first thing is I'm faster because there are no resistance. And it goes and goes and goes and goes, and it's really wumpy and so on. Okay, so what can I do now? So I see the apply drag force is really important for us. And when I like that I release the W key and it stopped immediately, I can higher the values. So what I decide is to set this to 60. I like the values of 60 because when I release, it feels natural. Like when I press W and release it, it feels like, okay, it stops, but it's don't stop too hard. It feels more like a jet ski. But if you like to stop immediately or faster than that, you can double the values. Then you see first the acceleration is really down. So there is too many damping. And when I stop this, it stops immediately. Good. So this drag coefficient is really important. Now let's talk about the turn rate. There are a turn rate, so like this one. And some of you asked me, oh, how can I change the turn rate? And also, when I turn, the jet ski goes still in the direction it has the acceleration. So what can I do? So the first thing is I have the turn speed multiplier and I set it to 1, and you will immediately see what happened when I press A or D. So you see the direction goes faster, so I can rotate the jet ski more in one direction. But when I try to go through this, I have a really hard time to do that. So you see, I need to accelerate and so on. So what can I do now? There is more than just switching up the turn, so tweaking the turn speed multiplier. There is more. On the buoyancy, there is a max drag speed. And what can I do with this is I can set it to 50, for example. And when you see what happened now is when I turn the direction, I have more control about it. It's too much. I think it's like, well, maybe like more 40, and set this also to 40. So I have acceleration back again. So now I have more control about where my jet ski is going. So I have there is no problem to go through these pillars. Nice. So this is how you fine-tune your jet ski. Yeah, and there is a lot of more you can do, but these are the main questions. Okay, thank you very much. Like and subscribe to the channel, and have a wonderful day.